Hey, buddy.
Good afternoon.
Welcome back. It's been a nice little week hiatus. How many people said something to you about us missing a week?
I had 4 or 5 people say something.
I did too. I had a pretty decent amount.
Yeah.
People asked me what happened to
the podcast.
Yeah, where's the episode? Blah, 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 blah. But with that, honestly, what that's kind of made clear to me is that we need our own Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So by the time this airs, Man to Man with Logan and Ben will have its own Instagram account. You guys can follow for updates. Don't expect too much more than that, right? I'm gonna clip videos, give you guys sneak peeks. Little sneak peeks. Maybe if we do a silly challenge or two, we still have to do the fitness test I found from GBRS group. So yeah, I mean,
some interactive qualities.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do trending dances with you. I love you, right? But it's like
TikTok
we'll
dances.
We'll probably end up doing something stupid. I don't know. Anything catches our eye, we're gonna put on the Instagram, right? Just updates, and honestly, we're throwing stuff from the homies, like when Ben has a rugby game or I don't know. You're the only one that really does outside things.
Oh yeah, right, dude. You do some stuff too. Come on.
Yeah. But we'll post stuff near and dear to our heart on there as well. Podcast updates, let you know if anything's gonna happen with recording. We're teasing around with the idea of a live show at some point. Now we're only on episode 5, but plenty of episodes in the playbook. But yeah, I think that live show is. I've been having dreams about it actually.
Live show would be cool.
Yeah. Live show, live Q&A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a. Well, then we're gonna jump to the episode because here we are not structured.
That's all right. I
had a dream about it, and it was pretty big in the dream, right? And I don't expect the first one to be big, but I remember like walking backstage, and the title of the show was "Let's Figure It Out," right? Just to the point. Let's figure it out. And I woke up, I was like, damn, let's figure it out. It's kind of cool.
That's great.
I like it. All right, so here we are back from our week hiatus, right? I had an injury. Ben was building his business. And then I had food poisoning, so that was fun.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Dude, food poisoning is the worst.
7 pounds in 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it was rough.
Wow.
I don't want to talk about it.
You're still looking thick.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I was not enjoying my time.
Yeah.
I'm still working. Shout out to me.
Shout out to Logan for prevailing through the.
Everybody was gone at the convention, and I had very limited pool to pull from, and so yeah. But anyway, episode 5. This one's called Masculinity: The Balance Within. Our theme, right? Real masculinity isn't about dominance or suppression. It's about balance, direction, and grounded strength, keeping the masculine and the feminine in proper balance with our daily lives.
Homeostasis.
Yeah, hell yeah. What does masculinity mean to you?
That's a great question.
Right? Someone actually asked me that when I was talking about, I just gave a brief little outline of kind of what we were doing as the podcast. And the 2 questions I normally get asked are, is this an Andrew Tate podcast? Or, they're like, well, what does masculinity and femininity mean to you? And no, this is not an Andrew Tate podcast.
No, dude, it's probably quite the opposite.
I would believe so. So if you could describe masculinity in your own words, what would it be?
Generous.
Sure.
The big picture oriented. Linear. Faithful.
Ooh, I like that.
Really enthusiastic and humorous.
Okay.
And I believe it's also very much rooted in doing something with your hands.
Ooh.
Like there's a lot that goes into like really doing things with your hands that means a lot to me.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Like,
dude.
when I hear the word masculinity, it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like that. Hell yeah. What is femininity? Is that even a word?
Femininity.
Femininity.
Yeah.
I feel like
Femininity.
ladies, please don't come for me. My I'm still not right from the hood. Femininity. Yeah, let me hear.
Well, I saw the word creative on the board, and so that like when I think of lady, I think creative, like literally human creators.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Um,
They do what we cannot, and I'm so eternally grateful for women for carrying, that not only would say it's a burden for carrying that gift for us, right? Like watching Eliza go through pregnancy, bro. I'm gonna fucking cry. Dude, it was beautiful, right? I'll leave it there because I'm gonna touch on it a little bit when I do my definitions too. Besides creativity, what else are you thinking?
really, relationship oriented. Cyclical, so rather than linear.
Yeah.
Like a very how can I word this best? Like jumping from thing to thing to thing to make sure that everything's taken care of.
For sure.
Right. So like a nurturing and a compassionate component.
Yeah.
That men have. I'm not very great at it. Right.
I think men are very linear.
Yeah. I'm focused on one thing, and I don't have time for you or that thing. I'm doing this thing.
Yeah.
And ladies or people with really strong feminine energy are good at like making sure that every single thing is like okay and taken care of. And yeah, I just can't do that very well.
Okay.
Anyway, so nurturing, compassionate, relationship oriented, cyclical. I would say that there is also a softness that's associated with femininity. Like a really, like the word love comes to mind, right?
Yeah.
First and foremost, when I hear the word femininity, like this strong, like palpable love.
Yeah. From the depths.
Yeah.
Every cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
I'm just like sitting there like blank, like, oh yeah, you're hurt.
Okay. Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that's pre-dad you, because I imagine at some point you might become a father, right?
Right.
You're built for it, 100%.
Thank you.
Who you are, just your daily life. Yeah, dude. I love that. Damn. I touched on a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about too. Masculinity, and I, wrote little bits of notes, right? Which you honestly pretty much touched on, right? Like masculinity for me, and those are just my three key ones, like structure, right? Discipline, and that's in all aspects. Very mission oriented, right? Like driven, like you said, linear, A to B to C, like, and I'm hardcore like that, right? Like I have a to-do list.
Right.
Not every day. I try to chill out on the weekends, but like Monday through Friday, boom, I'm trying to knock it out. I don't do it perfect every time. Strength, right? Providing.
Right.
Femininity more is like you said, creativity, right? There's more of a flow with the feminine energy, right? And men
not
and
so constrained.
Men and women both fluctuate between both, right?
Yeah.
Compassion towards others, that deep-seated love that you were talking about, the softness, which both, right, like, are good, right? Both masculine and feminine energy and mindsets are great to a degree. It's when you are too heavy on one side,
right,
that's when that balance gets shifted off for men and women, right? Like,
right, out of equilibrium.
Yeah. And like as a man in general, you can 100% just be 100% masculine. Have no feminine energy. Let me know how it works.
You're right. Have you ever met someone that's like super strong on either side?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to deal with.
Yeah. It's chaos, bro.
Yeah.
It's 100% what it is. Rejecting balance makes you incomplete as a man, right? If you're not gonna balance that out and only be in one, right? You can't be a complete man, right? Like being in that masculine all the time, that A to B mentality's not gonna work. Like peacocking around or alpha, blah blah blah. Being as physically strong as you can to try to hide a weakness.
That's like a
right. Like, and I'm not calling anyone out on that. I'm just calling myself out. I went through
sure.
that phase.
That's like an ego defect.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. And then when you're in your too much of your feminine energy, right? You're very. I want to say masculine is more mindful, right? Like more logical is the word I'm looking for. More logical. Feminine is more from the heart and empathetic, but also very like emotion driven, right? Like go from empathy to anger, like in a heartbeat, and not balancing those out is not a good time. It's not gonna keep you whole. And I wrote this, not the script, but I wrote the talking points for it in a time when I was so balanced in both. Currently, right, like I'm back into that balance, but it's kind of a blessing that we didn't do it, right, last week, because I let a couple of my like daily habits slip, and I felt myself teetering too hard on one or the other every other day. One day I'd be super emotional, whatever, doing, anger, sadness, fear, right? The other one, like, I'm a castle, nothing's getting in. And it felt very chaotic. Yeah. And I remember, I think it was Friday. Yeah. I was driving to pick Jamie up, and I was like, dude, I can't do this episode. I can't talk about this because I am not balanced. I'm not balanced in my masculine and my feminine right now, and I'm not going to say that injury is the sole purpose, right? Because like I said, I let some of my stuff slip, like my breath work especially, right? Like, but like that constant pain, that all day, every day, at night, pain was wearing me thin, emotionally and mentally, and I was just leading with emotion, or then I'd be like, well, I have to be strong for my family, so now I'm gonna just stonewall it and build that castle, and nobody's storming the gates, right? There's a big old moat around it.
Even your wife probably couldn't get through.
Dude, she's really good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really, really good at it, and I'm also
Wonderful.
really good at pretending like she's not what I need to be, right? Like, and that's something I'll work on probably for the rest of my life.
That reminds me of the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, right? Like being balanced there. I notice when I'm super balanced with it, right? And it teeters back and forth every day. You're not just gonna be completely level, right? Like moment to moment, second by second, right? It's gonna balance. It's gonna teeter. But I've noticed like when I'm balanced, I'm a good friend.
Right.
I'm a better friend, right? Like I'm a better father, a better partner, I'm a better boss, better coworker, right? I'm just better.
Right.
Right. Like I'm dialed in, I'm better, at everything. Right. And the problem with that is I'll get comfortable being balanced. Just like I did. And I'll let my habits slip, and I'll be like, oh, I'm too busy for breath work today. Right. Like I don't need to stretch. And granted, stretching's been a little rough since my injury, but still doing something along those lines, right? To connect with my body outside of lifting weights. But yeah, dude, I don't think anyone can be a complete person and live at their homeostasis. Safe. Oh, hi, Jamie.
Hi.
What are you doing? Bye. For those listening, my son just walked in to the pod. But yeah, I don't think you can be at homeostasis and not have your masculine and your feminine energy balanced. Right? Like, one's going to be too emotional, one's going to be so emotionless, right? You're going to be so strong in your masculine energy, and not in a bad or not in a good way, right? You're going to be so strong and so alpha that there's no warmth to it, right? Like no one wants to hug a brick wall,
right?
You know what I mean? Like strength without warmth is just you not controlling your emotions well, not balancing the feminine energy, and doing both and doing what you need to do. Hi, Jamie.
You said uncle's here.
Oh, is your uncle here? Uncle Ben?
Hi. Oh, yeah.
Can you say hi?
Hi, Jamie.
Say hi, Uncle.
Do you want to say hi in the mic, Jamie? No.
Do you want to say hi? Yeah.
Do you want to come say hi in the mic? You can. Come here. Oh. Okay, bye. I love you.
Sorry.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So strength without warmth is the lack of control of both emotions. Oh, be careful with the. Looks like a little teetery.
What you just did resembles what balanced masculine really can be like, right? In the mature form. I read this book, King, Warrior, Magician, Lover, and it's such a, it defines the roles of growth that we experience, or the shadow and the light sides of masculinity, especially throughout childhood and into adulthood. And there was a lot of very prominent points that that book illuminated for me about the roles that we assume throughout the entirety of our lives as men in relation to masculinity. And specifically like the magician and the lover, that those two archetypes remind me of the feminine aspect of men, and the king and the warrior remind me of like the more masculine attributes.
For sure. No, I wholeheartedly agree, dude. Right, and I don't view. I know that our emotions and our brain is so complicated. Eliza will talk to me about everything, neuroplasticity wise and neurodivergent and just different, the linear fission of the brain. So that's what splits it in two, right? But the way I like to look at it, right, I dumb it down for myself, right? So I want you to think of the masculinity, right? Picture this just giant behemoth of a Viking with just a battle axe,
Right.
Right? And then I want you to picture...
So I'm thinking of Logan with a battle
Yeah.
axe.
And then I want you to think of the poet, right? A gentleman that's... Or lady, right? We can have Valkyries on here. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Or, right, the poet that's sitting by candlelight, like, writing a beautiful soliloquy to, like, say something, to, like, profess his love for just the world in general, or, like, his maiden, right? Like, that's how very simple I try to make it in my mind. Like, am I a Viking today? Right? Am I just holding that battle axe, dragging my knuckles on the ground?
Chin extended.
Right. Just smiling with my lowered teeth. Or am I like the poet, right? That's like trying to write a beautiful, beautiful poem for the world. Or can I put both together and initiate them as needed?
Right. I mean, that's the picturesque version of any man in pursuit of a stronger version of themselves, right? Or to command themselves as like a father or a leader in any situation. Like you have to have both of those balance of qualities, like a strong constitution and a playful creative side.
Honestly, dude, that, I don't know. I feel like I didn't really come into my poet until I was a father, but Eliza, when we first met and she was introduced to me to all different walks of life of people that, she knew, they would all kind of tell me their life story, right? Like, I remember sitting in the kitchen with a couple of people I just met and them just vomiting all of it onto me. And I was like, I don't understand. She was like, dude, your presence is so calm 99% of the time that people just feel comfortable
and like they can open up to you.
Yeah, she's like, she was like, you have a strong feminine energy and masculine energy. She was like, and she hasn't seen the 1%, right? She won't see it unless like it's life or death, right? Like, I mean, sure, like, weed eating my yard and cutting shit down with the shirt off. Like, maybe that's the 1% that I'll let her see. But yeah, dude. But I didn't think that I'd grown into that. And then becoming a father and realizing, oh, I've been a poet the whole time, right? I just didn't let him write, right? I didn't give him enough time. Or it doesn't have to be a poet, right? Like, for those of you listening, it could be a teacher, it could be a musician, right? Like, whatever. I want you to not think of it as a soft quality, but one that's very intellectual, but also leads solely with the heart, right? Because with the masculine, very type A, right? Still very intellectual, but I'm only A to B intellectual. I'm not A to Z, right? I'm only thinking the next move, right? Just like you said, feminine energy is very cyclical, and just projecting strength all the time, right? So, like, pick and choose what you want to do. It doesn't have to be a Viking, right? There's just a large part of me that thinks I would have done well hundreds of years ago with the battle axe on a field,
Roast and pour over the fire.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, so looking back, right? What's a period that you think that you were just leading with one or the other? It doesn't have to be both, right?
A period of time in my life or a
Yeah,
period in history?
Oh no, history's shown itself to be very masculine oriented, right? Like, you don't agree with me, we're going to war, type shit.
Many battles fought over pride and ego. When I first got sober,
yeah,
I was absolutely rooted in a more one-sided masculine, or I'm not going to use the word toxic because I don't know if I think the only time that like toxic attributes of my masculinity have cropped up are in relation to a partner.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can dive into toxic masculinity. That's one of the things I want to talk about too, but go ahead.
So where I was more one-sided was when I was first getting sober, and I had like a mission vision of the things that I wanted, right? Most of the stuff was material. I actually talked about this today. Where I needed shelter.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted money. I wanted like things. Sure. I was mostly focused on like point A, point B, point C, get back home.
Yeah.
Right. I had a very rigid schedule. For the first year, I spent most of my time, I was working 2 jobs. I was going to my IOP.
Yeah.
And it was just like a constant grind, UAing for 2 different organizations multiple times a week. And it was just very, I noticed there was a huge lack of creativity in my life.
Yeah.
And I had stopped writing and making music, and it was such a grind, repetitive, and the same thing over and calendared is a word that I'd like to use. And I found nuggets of time where I could actually write, like on the weekends and the mornings. I would wake up and I would just like listen to instrumentals and I would make some music, and I could feel that like really creative, poetic side of me like creeping up, and then it would just like, oh, it's time, and then it would shut off.
Yeah, let me shut the door.
Yeah,
right. I'm
gonna shut the door on this real quick because I have to.
Yeah,
right?
Compartmentalization. Well, yeah.
I had to. There was a period in my life where it was necessary for me to live in that masculinity to get some shit done. To accomplish a lot of things that needed to get taken care of.
Okay.
And I wouldn't have the life that I lead today if I didn't if I didn't focus on those couple of things for that, extended length of time, which was quintessential for my growth.
Yeah. And I think that is positive masculinity.
Right.
Right? Because at some point, that you still had the balance, dude, right? Like, because you weren't like flying off the handle, right? Like peacocking everywhere, right? Like all the stuff that I want to talk about with toxic masculinity. But like, whether you were still balancing out, right? You found the time. Was it as much time as you wanted? No.
No.
But it was still time, right? Like, sometimes better than no time, right? And that first year of recovery, dude, like, I feel like men and women are just chilling in that masculinity because you have to, right? You're coming out of a survival state where it's like hyper survival, right? I can only speak for myself, but like living on the streets, seeing gun violence, seeing drug violence, right? Like lots of violence, not knowing if I'm safe ever, right? Running with gang members,
lack of security,
dodging police, right? All the things that come with active addiction.
Right.
Then you get out and you're learning how to not be that way, right? As an adult, learning how to be an adult at the same time.
Learning how to be a safe adult.
Yeah. But you're also, right, you're also paying, penance for your past mistakes.
Right. I believe in karma.
Yeah, yeah.
I do.
And dude, like I was doing the same thing, right? Like hyper masculine, I was working out all the time, but not, to be healthier, but also look better, right? Because I made myself a little promise when I saw pictures when I got out of rehab. I was like, no, I'm never doing this again. You got to worry about food and shelter. Like I went to a recovery house. Shout out Mike R and Sarah and the Gratitude House in Maryland. Love you guys. I needed it, right? And the one I went to before, I don't even remember the name. Sorry, Jeremy. I love you too.
Shout out to Odyssey House.
Yeah, dude. Right, like. So I had to go to sober living, right, which gave me so much structure that I created more structure in my life, which I needed. Because I went from living on the street with no structure to getting my next high to having curfews,
right?
mandatory house meetings, right? I did a 90-90 and then I did another one, right, just for funsies.
Right.
So like I had all this structure, which is helping me grow in my masculine, right? Like I got a job, I worked out. I went to meetings, paid my bills, went home, gave the rest of my money to my father, right? Like, and then I got comfortable being like, cool, let me get. So I have my own bank account, but I was like, hey, I'm making too much money right now to be comfortable just holding it, right in an account, because at any point, right, I might get a stupid idea,
right.
But I think like, especially, and I'm only going to speak about those in early recovery, like that demographic. I really can't touch on normal people. It didn't work well for me. Right. But I think you need to live in that masculinity, right? And those that are either in survival mode or that masculinity is just a mask for fear, anger, resentment, right? And you can't do anything to let those go or work with them. Those are the people that I think that keep making return trips, just to see how bad it gets.
Right. That's such a specifically recently for me, I wonder what drives people back into that, like back into that state. Like what have you missed? Right. And we could probably talk about this on a completely different episode, but like something must have been missed, right? You must have missed something. And I don't mean like, you yearned for it again, and that's like, I don't understand it, and at the same time I do, right? There's a compassionate part of me that doesn't really care the reason that you chose to do it again. It's more like, how can I be a better steward to this, to my people and to my friends and to my community in lieu of this?
I don't know why. I don't know why people go. I think it's more of maybe you get comfortable, or you just forget how painful it actually was, right? You get a certain amount of time away. People get in that Bermuda Triangle 5 to 10 and seem to forget, and then they go out and they're like, oh wow, this is the worst. And then like you're ashamed to come back.
Right. And
which is all self-inflicted.
Right. And that, remember, so on the shame and guilt episode, that type of shame where it takes you away, that's more of the negative shame and guilt.
Yeah.
Shame and guilt that leads you in a better direction is like, that's like the positive side of shame and guilt. Yeah. Right? The compass.
Where you're like, damn, I really fucked this up.
But now I want to do good in lieu of this.
Now I have to go back.
Yeah.
Not I have to go back. I need to go back.
Or I need to fix this.
Yeah, because it's a choice.
I want to fix this. So, masculinity isn't dominant or suppressive. It's balance, grounded strength, and empathy.
Yeah.
Has there been a time in your life where you experienced more of a toxic masculine?
Yeah. More so in probably my first year, right, of sobriety, or like my first year of being an adult again. And Eliza's gonna listen to this, she's probably gonna hate it, but will come with money and putting on muscle
Mm-hmm.
and not knowing who the fuck I was
Right.
and not knowing what made me happy came different women.
Right.
And it wasn't, this is no offense to them if they end up listening to this, like, this is not on you, this is on me, right? It was more of to numb a feeling that I couldn't describe. Right? So I lived in that toxic, I peacocked. I had to peacock, right? Like, there's people that have more than me. What am I going to offer? And then just doing that, dude, like, different women, different times, right? Like, not being honest, not being grounded. It just made me, honestly, it gave me a pretty bad name at the time. I think people knew what I was about, and it wasn't cool, right? Like, that was not me living in my grounded actual masculine. That was me in my toxic masculinity.
Faithful.
Right.
That's why that word came up for me, was faithful.
Yeah. Right. Like, I had to do this to feel better, to feel like when I was making up for lost time or something, or I wasn't lost. I had to portray to people that I wasn't lost, but in the process of portraying that I wasn't lost, I became more lost. Right. Like,
right. Image oriented, image based.
And then it just made my image look worse. Which is cool. Like, that's not who I am now, right? Like, I don't, I'm very, very comfortable in my masculinity now. I don't really need to prove anything to anyone, kind of except for myself. Like, that's one of the reasons why I love working out. Like, cool. Like, let me see where I can go, right? With different modalities, right? Whether it's mobility, bodybuilding, strength conditioning. Not so much jiu-jitsu anymore, just because my body can't hang. But
Right.
that, and I was just getting fucked up all the time. Shout out to Dabby. But yeah, dude. I mean, I think toxic masculinity is right. It's more of those red pill guys. And if you don't know what red pill is, Urban Dictionary it, but I'm not going to dive into it.
Yeah, that's not our. We're purple.
Yeah, hell yeah, we're in the middle, dude. Right, balance.
Yeah.
But it's more for those like guys that are like, you have to peacock, right? Like, I need this car and da 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 and blah blah to get these women, and I'm gonna balance 8 at a time. And this goes for women as well, right? Like, speak on our counterparts too, right? They do the same. I don't know. Has anybody ever given a definition to toxic femininity? I don't know. It can't be me.
Well,
it can't be me. I don't know.
Well, the word promiscuity comes up, like,
Sure.
for both men and women, right? Being incredibly promiscuous.
Okay.
Where there's a real lack of self-control when it comes to, like, sexual expression. And that's, sexual expression is not bad by any means. It's actually an incredibly healthy component of human behavior. Yeah. It can be. I think the word promiscuity comes to mind. Blame.
Sure.
Like paranoia and jumping to conclusions.
Okay.
For me, and I'm speaking for me specifically, because, like, those are dark attributes of me that come up, right?
Okay.
Right. So, like, and I know that I'm kind of living more in the feminine when I'm pointing a finger at someone else and not taking accountability.
Sure.
Right. And for my darker masculine, it's when I'm trying to, like, control, domineer, take over, prove, like, assert myself when I don't actually know if I'm right in a situation. I'm just like, I'm so bullheaded that I'm like, this is me being right now because I want to be, and I don't actually know if I'm right or not.
Yeah, it's my way or the highway.
My way, yeah. So there's, I think that there's also, like, a real destructive characteristic that both men and women have when they're like on the darker side of the spectrum, where it's like, I'm gonna destroy some shit. I don't give a fuck who's in the way.
Do you think that most of today's, I'm not gonna say society, I'm gonna say most of today's influence comes from the darker side, right? Like, that you see on social media, like your TikTok and Instagram and.
Well, luckily I'm not on TikTok. I look at construction reels most of the time, so I
everybody's
feel like
saying
people
that.
are. I'm really grateful to watch people build and stuff. I really like that. But there are definitely some darker influences on social media. I mean, shout out to Churdleys because they make the dark shit funny.
Sure,
You know,
please. Yeah.
I love Churdleys. Um,
Dude, one of
anything political.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's
Anything
get after
political,
it,
I
dude.
just cannot. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I'm in college, so I've been trained to source information correctly, and there's
Sure.
also websites that can tell you whether or not the information that you're sourcing has there's like a range of bias on both sides,
Yeah.
right? So if it leans too heavy on the left or leans too heavy on the right, I can put the website into that, and it'll tell me whether or not it's which way it's leaning.
Yeah, you can throw them into ChatGPT,
Right.
ChatGPT, and do the research mode. That's kind of what I do. I'm not a believer in politics, right? Like, and I'm not saying they don't have their place. They just don't have their place in my life,
Right.
right? Like, I think both sides are really, really good at fear mongering, right? To turn us all against each other, right? There's more control for them in a divide than it is trying to control a unified front.
Right, and I mean, if you want to look at it, in this light, like I almost feel like right wing is more masculine and the left is a little bit more feminine. Right?
Sure.
If we're reeling it back to the topic of this podcast itself, there's too far left, not good. Too far right, not good.
Yeah.
Right? They're if we can come to common consensus, or what do they call it, bipartisan?
Sure.
Like bipartisan agreements where you have agreements from both sides, or like within the human, right, the individual. If both your feminine and your masculine like match up like the yin and yang.
Yes.
And become rooted in like a self-actualized equilibrium, you get more in that flow state like you were talking about, right?
Yeah, dude.
Where things are lining up, and you're able to make those connections with your partner and take care of the kid, do all your job at work, and hit the gym in a healthy way where you don't need to like be the heaviest in the room. You're functionally training and not hurting yourself, and you're being a steward to your clients in your class.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's...
No, I agree, dude.
Balance. Right?
Dude,
it's too much, my bad.
No. I just... Anything political wise, dude, I'm just not a fan.
No, it's dark, bro.
I mean, yeah, hell yeah. If you want to make a difference, friends, vote in your local government elections. That's going to be the change you're going to see. Man, he's really struggling up there, dude. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go try to help my son go to sleep. And up. I'll bring it back down. We'll see how it goes.
One second.
Thank you. Sorry, video. People.
Sorry, Mom.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Wait, let me rearm both of these. Boom. All right, and we're back.
I think we left off on one small tirade about politics.
Yeah, we're gonna squash that one.
Yeah.
Cool. I got a couple questions.
Please.
You want to do these?
Yes.
What happens in a relationship when the masculine stops leading with presence?
The feminine retracts.
Yeah.
As a man, a heterosexual man, has a partner that he's been seeing for the past 3 years, and has operated out of that kind of domineering, relatively insecure place. I've noticed that she pulls back a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. And there's a loss of the innocence that was like a very pure and real love, right? It's almost like in those moments where you feel the need to take control of this person or operate from that like toxic masculine, you push them away.
Yeah.
In the realest sense that I could possibly describe. There's also a lack of trust.
Yeah.
Right.
Collective.
And a broken heart too. At the core, it's a broken heart because it's like you want to let this person flourish and be themselves and be able to like express and to love and to do what makes them feel good or feel rooted in their own spirit.
Yeah.
And if you try and like kind of sequester that spirit, like you're doing a disservice to the relationship and to the individual and mostly yourself.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I feel like when you stop leading with presence and leading with more control, right? Now, there's obviously some bit of control that needs to be in all relationships, right? Like, because there's always that one that's like, we got to be there 15 minutes early, and then there's always, we're 15 minutes late.
Right, and that stuff's really, it's like the minutia of the relationship. It's not even that important.
No.
It's really not.
But I think when you start leading more without the masculine presence and more of the dominating masculine energy, the safety of your partner feels compromised, right? They don't feel safe enough to be wholly in their feminine and, flowers and rainbows and girly pop stuff. But, you take that safety away from them, now they have to lead more in their masculine, right? And, which, I don't want for anybody. And, it's tough when you get there, because I think we've all been there at some point in a relationship. You take that safety away from someone, that's gonna take a while to bring it back.
Oh yeah.
Right? You're gonna have to keep showing over and over that you can be safe and that you are safe to be around, and that your masculine can be balanced.
Right. You got another one?
I have plenty.
Let's go. Shoot.
What practices help you stay both grounded and open in both the masculine and the feminine? Now, each can be for its own, right? You don't need to have a double-edged sword where it, balances both at the same time.
For the masculine, following through with commitments.
Yeah.
Working with my hands. Having responsibilities, right? And maintaining those responsibilities no matter what, no
Yeah.
matter how I feel, right? That's really important. Masculine qualities to follow through with with people, with responsibilities, with in adapting to change as it comes up, right? So staying disciplined through the chaos that life brings. I would say for femininity, it's really placing my being empathetic, right? So remembering where I've been in my life and having that compassionate lens to view people's situations in the world. Absolutely writing and making music that helps me like stay in that niche of creativity that really allows me to express stuff that I can't really express in any other way.
Yeah.
Reading is I think one of those feminine qualities that I wake up in, right? So I wake up with books next to my bedside so I can like really, you know, I can feel that that shared or collective creative experience with people, like authors. Like I just imagine people sitting at their, you know, their in their laboratories, their writing booths, just writing and writing and writing and writing. And for me, that's a very feminine, creative quality.
Yeah.
Right. That's so much that goes into that, so much intellect and so much like like a I don't know the best way to put it, but it's a very beautiful quality.
Yeah.
Right. Poetic quality.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that root me in my masculine and my feminine. Masculine, right? Like, I'm gonna pick up heavy circles and put them down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very much Neanderthal in that.
I mean,
that
me too.
aspect, dude. I love it. Dude, taking care of my family, right? Like providing, right? Like, and I don't look at it as like a sacrifice of my time, right? Because mom's gonna mom, right? She's there. She's the emotional support parent in this current moment. You know, at some point he'll grow up a little bit more, and it's gonna be dad. Like, you know, providing for them, right? Like working my ass off now, so that later they'll have better. Not necessarily so much me, right? Like, you know, I don't need a brand new vehicle and all this stuff, but if I can help get my family like a better house, right? So we can expand the family at some point, or, you know, providing is a big thing for me, making sure that, you know, I don't have to be a no man. You know what I mean? When you know, Eliza, they're like, hey, let's go do this.
No, we can't. It's not. There's too much. It costs too much.
Yeah. Which, like, I will to a degree if like the cost is like
ridiculous.
Yeah, something like, hey, is this a need?
Right.
Providing, lifting heavy circles. Dude, just playing with my son, right? Like throwing him around,
right?
Like, because it's good for, you know, his brain development.
Right.
Balancing my feminine side is 100% breath work, right? Like, and I'll do it random times throughout the day, 2 to 3 times, right? 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how the day's going. Reading is also a big jam for me, right? Like, I'm not very musically inclined or artistically inclined, so like reading gets me into like my creative state. Because I'll go in to read and I cast them, dude. Like, I know how my characters look in my head,
right?
And then the movie comes out and I hate it because it's not the same. It's not the same.
That's
for
not
me.
how I imagined.
No. That character's all wrong. You could have done this way better. Breath work, reading. Dude, having a good ass cry.
Oh yeah, dude.
What was it? It was last Sunday. Well, last Sunday I talked to my mom on the phone. It was, and Jamie went to they went to a Cornbelly's, not the Cornbelly's, with his aunt and uncle. And, you know, my back was all jacked up. I was like, hey, I'm gonna stay home. I'll just clean. Right, so I cleaned and I got on the phone with my mom, and, you know, we got talking, and, you know, my grandmother was a big role model for me growing up. She helped raise me, and she was a great woman. And, you know, we're just chatting. It was her birthday not too long ago, and, you know, she's no longer with us. And one of the regrets I have is around her, I don't have very many from my previous life. I have maybe two, and she's one of them. And we ended up exchanging tears, right? Like talking about memories, and I just the question is always on my mind. Would she be or is she proud of me? And I asked my mom at the end of our calls, like, do you think she's proud of me? She's like, oh, everything you've done, right? Like, once you crawled yourself out of the life that you were in before, now you have a son, you have a partner, you're helping people that were just like you.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, you're giving back to the world. And I think everyone should be proud of their family member or their friends doing that. And I just sobbed, dude. And that balanced me out so much. Like it cleansed me, and I told Liza about it. She was like, dude, I was a little worried about you. She was like, you haven't had a cry in a minute. Like, I'll get teared up over stuff on the TV when it hits home, or Instagram reel or something. Like a cry. She got home, she's like, oh, you've been crying, right? Like, I think a good cry balances that out for me.
Oh, for sure. Question for you: where do you think the word "no" falls on the spectrum?
What, masculine or feminine?
Yep.
I don't think it falls on neither. I think the word "no" is a complete sentence. Right? If someone tells me no, I don't need an explanation. Right? They have their reasons. Two, I think you can say no in the masculine, right? Like financially, right? Like we use that. Safety wise, the feminine, no, right? Like I don't think no is a word that either side can claim. I think both have their validity to use no in whichever aspect it comes in. Yeah, dude, I love the word no.
Yeah, me too.
It took me a long time to say it. And mean it. Oh no, I can't. And somebody asked me again, and then okay.
Yeah, cave a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely cave sometimes. Not so much anymore. Depends on who it is. Yeah, here we go. Where do you resist the part of yourself that feels too soft or too harsh?
Part of myself that feels too soft. Resist. It's hard for me to answer. I can't even think of anything that comes up. Where do I resist the part of myself that feels too soft or too...
We'll start with too soft.
Just the part of myself that feels too soft. What comes to mind is being over concerned with what people are experiencing in their life that doesn't affect me.
Okay.
Right? So someone comes to me with their issue or their problem, or I have a good example. Okay.
Don't use anyone's name.
Okay. There is this wonderful lady, really eccentric, that comes into, the community and was telling me about this injury that she got, and I was like, I don't want to hear about it. Like in a way, I kind of shut it down really quick, and I thought about that afterwards, and I was like, wow, I didn't allow myself to be soft in this situation because I don't want to feel responsible for caring.
Sure. So you were too harsh.
I was too harsh in the moment, and I felt a little guilty afterwards, where I was like, maybe you should actually listen.
Yeah.
Especially when people in the community that you're serving are coming to you with their problems, that's that's a royalty that you are experiencing from being in a leadership position. And so I was like, fuck, I think I kind of screwed the pooch on that one, where I didn't allow myself to feel the compassion that I could have, and concern for this person that is a person in our community. So I think opening up to what other people are experiencing in their lives is something that I could do a little bit better on the being open.
Yeah, being too harsh with it.
Yeah.
For me, it's with my son, dude. Right, and I know he's still a toddler, but I'm also I'm afraid of not saying no enough, or that we can't do something. And I know it doesn't always need to say that. I just don't want to. One, I don't want him to understand what healthy boundaries look like between himself and myself, right? Like between the two of us. Now, granted, I'm doing better with how I say no, right? My no's now with him. Because I used to, it's always a yes. Right? Yes, yes. And I got to the point where I was like, no to everything. And now my no's are structured around, is this a no because it's inconvenient for me? Or is it a no because his safety could be compromised? Right? And that's one of the ways I've been too soft, right? Like, always just caving. You're like, okay, whatever, I don't want to deal with it. And all my parents are listening are going to understand, right? And if you don't, not a parent and you want to pass judgment, cool. Love it. I don't really care. But like, being tired, you know, you can only say no so many times and then you just cave, right? Like, that's where I've been too soft sometimes, where I'm trying to work on it, right? Like, cool. This child has waited for me all day to walk in the door. He's going to be hyper. He's going to want to do everything under the sun. It does not matter how tired I am. Shouldn't matter, right? Because it's not, I'm the only one that cares, right? Like, if I've had a rough day and I walk in and like mentally and emotionally I'm not there, I'm the only one that cares, right? And that's not saying people don't care around me, but for him, I have to show up the best I can all the time, the best of my ability. And I've done this thing now where I come home, I put a smile on before I walk through the door, right? One, it was a study I saw. I'll have to find the information for those that are curious. One, it's going to boost my mood, right? Two, I walk through the door with a smile on my face. He mirrors that because he does it every time, right? If I'm not smiling, he'll walk in and see me smile and kind of stop smiling. But if I'm smiling and he sees me smiling, he's smiling and he's going to run off, or he's going to spout all his toddler words that I've no idea what they mean at me.
The gibberish.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, right? Like, sometimes that's where I'm too soft, and sometimes that's where I'm too harsh. Right? Like, I mean, in the same aspect as you, right? People come up and tell me things about, you know, what's going on in their life or their injury, and sometimes I just want to say, I told you. Right? I told you.
Or just shut down the conversation completely and like change the topic.
Yeah.
I am the king of changing the topic. Where
sometimes
it's
you got to.
I just you know, I'm right. I mean, look, granted, using discernment in situations where it's like, is this like a repetitive thing where this is happening? But a lot of the time it's not, right?
Yeah, I mean, dude, we are lucky. We are looked at a little different than most people in their own communities, right? Like, we're looked at as pillars. All of us that do what we do where we're at. You know, there's a reason why people come to us. One, we've made them feel safe.
Right.
Two, we've given them permission too, right? Like, they know they can come in and talk to me, and I'm going to talk to them, and I do my best, and that's not always my best, right? And that's okay.
Right, and that trails all the way back to episode 1 where we talk about being vulnerable, right? Because the more vulnerable you are with where you're at, whether you're leaning a little bit further on the feminine side or a little bit further on the masculine side, if you can be open and be like, look, dude, I've been a brute today.
Yeah.
I've been mean, been angry, and I super dismissive of any of your issues, and I apologize. I don't want to show up like this, but this is what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Right.
I find it hard to be vulnerable like that where I'm at, like around our communities.
Well,
like
stop
that,
it.
Right? Like, no, I mean, I still do it. Like, I just don't go into great detail about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm struggling, right? Because I know, like, I got first world problems today. I have 100% of first world problems. And some of the people that we see, they don't. They have real problems, right? Like, real problems. And, you know, me bitching about, like, my water heater, right? Like, whatever. I'll bitch to the proper people about it. Now, this is going to segue into my next part of that question. As men, where do you think we're being too harsh with each other?
With each other?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Man to man?
Yep.
setting incredibly unrealistic standards.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there is a very competitive nature
Sure.
when it comes to men, and so I know that we don't allow a lot of vulnerability to take place except once you get to actually know somebody,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of the time it's very surface level interactions. I had an experience with a good friend, Mike Canals. He owns Cutthroat Barbers, and we had this incredibly open dialogue while I was getting my hair cut.
Yeah.
And it was such a wonderful experience to share with another man, where there was like this really like almost a feminine conversation, right, where you could be vulnerable and you could share experiences and you know, things that you were dealing with that were less savory, right?
Yeah.
So I think that there's a real disconnect between being open and honest with other men.
Mm-hmm.
There's a level of comparison and competition, and even with women, I noticed that masculine attribute come out, where they're like competitive with each other, and
bro, we've got it easy.
You know, it's like they're like fighting with each other, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're doing the same shit we are.
Yeah. Dude, they've got it. We've got it so much easier than them. They play. We're as men together, as like how bad we are with each other. We're playing with like a 6 crayon fucking box. They've got like the
6 color crayon box.
Dude, they've got like the 100 count.
Oh, dude, all the things, right?
And I love them, right? Like, but it's on a different level.
I know. Trust me, I've heard in great detail stories of the like weird things that they're in competition with each other about.
We are Neanderthals, 100%. And I say that with love to all my fellow knuckle draggers, dude. Like, you know, it takes the progression of a male friendship is like first the head nod, second one's a fist bump, third one's, you know, what's up, dude? How's your day going?
Right.
Fourth, you want to be best friends type shit.
You're right.
Like,
you want to go make a podcast?
Yeah, it's so easy, dude. My big thing with how I think men are being too harsh, and I'm gonna do to ourselves and to each other. I honestly think competition is great for men. It still instills that drive. Now, healthy competition, right?
Healthy competition. Because there's shit that you can be in competition with somebody about that they're not in competition with you about.
Competing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, healthy competition is good. Unhealthy competition is bad, right? Like you just said, they're not even aware.
It has to be stated.
Yeah. Right. Like, you know, if we're lifting and like, how much did you just do? Type stuff, and I'm gonna throw another 5 pounds on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's healthy competition.
That's healthy competition. Yeah.
Until it gets to be unhealthy, and then someone gets hurt. Right. But you know, I'm not doing that with everyone. Like with you, I'm like, how much you just do, and you'll say the number. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna throw some weight on, just because I like competing.
I think of sales teams, right?
Yeah.
So that's like you know what the objective is.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right?
It's spoken.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it's very black and white.
Mm-hmm.
I think healthy competition is good. Where I think we're being too harsh with each other, rub some dirt on it, right?
Oh yeah.
Where like something happens,
yeah.
And they're like, fucking, no one cares. Rub some dirt on it, because that is so one-track minded with men. Because we were raised to be that way. Rub some dirt on it. Does that not rubbing dirt on it, right? Like talking to your homies and being vulnerable. Does that degrade you any more as a man? Fuck no, dude. That makes you more of a man, right? Like, and I fucking hate when the homies are like, I'm good, nothing's wrong. Mm. I'm like, oh, word?
Yeah, okay. Like, right, you know when
yeah, I'm like,
when someone's blowing smoke up your ass.
I think that's how we're, right? That rub some dirt on it mentality. I'd rather listen to a brother on the phone at 3 a.m. than hear about their suicide or their death in a week. Right? Like, their relapse, right? Like, which is a real thing. I think we need to be so vulnerable with each other about real things, right? Like how we're really feeling, what the world is like right now. And I don't need to agree with you either, right? And I'm always going to be that friend that's like, hey, is this something you created, or is this, you know, an outside force that's doing it?
Well, the word knows a very healthy word.
Yeah.
Healthy individuals say no.
Yeah. And I think with ourselves, how we're being harsh with ourselves is fucking bottling it all up, dude. I think now with our generation and the ones coming after us, now it's a little more accepted to kind of talk about it, which I love. You know, but we might talk about 25% of what's going on, right?
Yeah.
There's very few people that give me full transparency of everything that's going on, right? And I'll do this, like they'll get full transparency from me. Like it's very much a two-way street. If I'm not okay, I'm gonna let you know beforehand. Hey, I'm not okay, right? And sometimes I don't need to answer how to feel better. I just need to say it. Hey, I'm not okay.
Well, and you don't need to go around like telling everybody that you're not okay. Right?
No, dude. I mean, yeah, not everybody should be privy to that information.
Not everyone needs to know.
But like, I feel like men, we need to get more vulnerable with each other. Like, I'm struggling in my professional career. I'm struggling in my relationship. I think I'm a terrible dad. You know, I just went through a divorce or a breakup or I lost my job or whatever. I think we need to be honest about how we feel about that instead of being like, nah, I'm gonna be all right. You can have that. You can have that mindset because when shit fucks up in my life, I know I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna figure it out. But I just need to tell you right now, I'm not okay. And until I get to that, I'm gonna figure it out point. I just need to be okay with not being okay, and then telling people, hey, I'm not okay.
Like it reminds me of like you have an whenever we step into like one of the hour-long classes at FTR, you have an opportunity right in that moment to just be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually not that great.
Yeah.
But I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm doing my shit.
I always tell people, right? Well, it's name how you're feeling. Honest answers only.
Honest answer,
right?
Right?
Like if you're feeling great, say that. If you're just not feeling it today, say that too, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as men, we just don't communicate enough with each other. That we're so conditioned to that like alpha male, I don't feel feelings type shit. That's it's literally killing us, right? Like the male suicide rate is so high.
Oh, I think of my dad, dude, in that situation, like, you know, heart failure at such a, what I would consider a young stage of life. And I mean, I'm comparing it to people that live till they're like, you know, well in their 90s, right? Which by American standards is not normal, right? People are dying really, really early. And I think a lot of it has to do with being overworked, stress, dietary needs, lack of exercise, and really sedentary lifestyles. But that's a whole other, we could go into 3 podcasts about that.
I don't know, dude. Fitness didn't work well for us.
It did not. No one liked no one liked the moving heavy shit.
That's okay, dude.
Crazy.
But I agree with you, right? Like, I think as Americans, we're not. Fuck. It's easier to prescribe. Right, it's easier to prescribe whatever we need, right? Same way with semaglutide or oxycodone or SSRIs, and you know now, right? Like I'll speak on medicine if it's needed. If you've gotten more than one opinion about it, hey doc, do I need this? And the doc's like, oh, by the way, you should hop on for the next year. You go talk to another doctor. Oh, you know what? A year's a kind of a long time. Let's just try 3 months or 4 months, right? Always get a second opinion, but you know, 1, our food is killing us, right? 2, our sedentary lifestyles are killing us, and you know, working that 40-hour corporate work week, the money may be good, right? Maybe, yeah, maybe. But dude, I find value in my time with my child. Yeah. Right, like, so like as much as I love what I do professionally, I'm not gonna put any extra hours unless I'm required to, and that's gonna sound shitty for those listening, but I'm not putting extra because the more that I put in there, if I put in extra than the allotted time that I'm supposed to be there, I'm taking away from my family. Right now, there's events that I'll work because I know it's gonna be a hugely positive impact for my community. Right?
Well,
like
yeah.
The 5K we do, Giving Tuesday, the Christmas Day service project of handing out handing out warm clothes and food to our unsheltered population. Cool. Right, but I also take my son to the Christmas one. He needs to see that too, right? Like, being of service to your fellow man is one of the highest callings you can have.
Instilling virtue at a young age is such an important thing. As a person who didn't experience that when I was growing up, and who sees it now and sees like fathers or family that take their kids to these events, I am astonished and
Yeah.
wholeheartedly grateful to like witness people instilling those virtues in their kids at such an early age.
Yeah, dude.
It's a beautiful thing.
I mean, I took him, not this year, but last year's 5K in a stroller, and I ran with him.
Right, I remember.
Right, like,
with a weight vest on.
and then like this year, like they showed up, right? Like, it's not just instilling, a service mentality to him. It's instilling like, I'm gonna watch my dad do some hard shit.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm pretty sure when I need to do something hard, I can go to my dad and be like, I need your advice.
Right. Wow.
Right. Like, and when he comes to me, if he comes to me and it's like, I want to work out, cool. I'm gonna bring him in. I'm hoping at some point he'll do that. Or like, Dad, I don't know how to approach this topic or blah blah blah. Right. Like, those are the type of things that I want to show him. Right. Like, the money's cool. The money would put us different spots. Right. Like, but the only way I want to make more money. I mean, I do want to make more. Right. Like,
everybody does. Everybody does.
But I want more money to take my son on trips.
Right.
Take
so
my
you can
family
spend
on
time
trips.
with people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember what I got for Christmas as a kid all the time. Right. Like, I remember us going to Disney World or going to our family vacations, every summer with my aunt and uncle. And those are things that I remember. And I know that he's not going to care what my annual salary is. He's going to care about the memories we make on trips or vacation or spontaneity and doing our thing. And I think that's, to bring it back around, I think that is literally the healthiest masculine you can be.
Right. Providing a safe space and a space for memories and creation.
Yeah.
Allowing a space to where the feminine side of yourself and your partner can flourish, and your child. One last thing, I can tell that we're getting close to that time.
I have no idea how long we've been recording for.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, the reason that I brought my dad into that situation was because I watched him live in this super toxic masculine role of provider, where that was the only thing that he was doing, and to cope was taking copious amounts of pain medications, and of course there's history associated with that, and in a much more nuanced story that I will never have the information to provide. But I know that if you are solely focused on money, materialism, drugs, and like comfort in a way, you are not living in your masculine.
No.
Right? You are living in like this limbo state of working to simply keep yourself
Working to consume
and working to keep yourself under a roof. Your work needs to have that feminine component to it, otherwise you are going to be incredibly unhealthy.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I'll share a quick little story, then I want to ask you our weekly question, and I want the listeners to comment underneath the episode. Hey, look, I've had people be like, hey, I didn't want to leave a negative review underneath them. Dude, leave it. Right? We love you guys,
Jesus.
and we know, like, your feedback literally is going to help us shape this podcast, because if I got 100 people telling me I'm doing everything right,
I'm not going to change anything.
I think I'm going to do it all right. But I get that one comment, just like we did for our video, which is probably going to be the last one, because until we upgrade to professional video and audio equipment, they're like, hey, this didn't sound right, or blah, blah, blah. Like, leave that comment. We love that. We will draw inspiration. We will not draw desperation from it. You will not hurt our feelings. We need this. We need you guys to be 100% transparent with us, because we're being transparent with you. But we love you, right? Like, say the bad things, say the good things.
We need all. We want all of it.
Yeah, dude.
All of it.
I love it. So I can name the one point in my life where I was so wrapped up in my masculine and my feminine energy, where it was just coursing through my body. And that is, in lack of a better term, that's a high I'm probably going to chase forever. So when Jamie was on his way, right? It took forever to get here. We went in, and I won't tell Eliza's birth story, but after he cried, right? Like, bro, I've never been so happy, so scared. Every single emotion that you can feel all at once. I've never felt more like a man. Like, I've never had, like, I would have kicked the fucking door down, right, to go get him and make sure he's safe and make sure mama's safe. Like, I was that Viking with a battle axe, and at the same time, right, I was that poet just sobbing because his cry, right? Like, that was the most balanced I've ever been in my entire life, right? Like, hearing him cry, you know, when he cried, we both cried, right? Because, I mean, it could have been 5 seconds before he cried. It felt like 50 years, dude. Just terrifying. And I've never felt fear. I thought I had felt fear, right? Like, in all my past lives, I've seen some really gnarly shit. I'm terrified, bro. And, like, when he was born and he cried, everything shattered and came together all at once. I was literally the Viking with the battle axe while literally scribing a soliloquy for the love that I would feel for the rest of my life for him. I've never felt more like a complete man in my entire life. And still, like, I'll get those moments. Like, now that he's like running and starting to put sentences together, you know, Eliza and I look at him, damn, we made that, dude.
That's crazy.
It's a big feeling of gratitude and then a huge moment of fear. Like, fuck, I'm gonna have to protect him for the rest of my entire life.
Yep.
But I also need to let him protect himself too, right?
Teach him well.
Bro, that is the most balanced I've been in my entire life, and that is something I will always chase.
You're making me jealous.
No, it's okay. It'll happen at some point. All my parents.
Healthy jealousy.
Like, when I tell you, like, dude, I saw a video. It's like parents. Oh, hi. I love you. Have fun. Drive safe.
Okay.
Okay.
You sure you don't want me to drive your car?
Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you. I love you.
Love you.
Is your car better?
Dude, I don't trust my car. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Ever since I had an issue with the brakes, and I'm just driving it. It's fine. Like, it works well. I just don't trust it.
Okay.
Right. And at some point I'll get a better one when time calls for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that's like, oh my God, when I tell you my soul was on fire, it's still lit, right? Like, it lit it on fire.
That's the meat of your masculine and feminine homeostasis.
Bro, like, it's somebody threw gasoline on a match. It just exploded. And I've never, like, before that, I didn't know what love was. And I say this all the time to people. Dude, when I tell you, every molecule in my body was lit up with just protect and love and sadness and happiness. And it's not sadness the way you guys want to think. Like, I mourned a version of myself that I literally had just lost in a heartbeat, in one cry. The old me died.
Wow.
Right? So I mourned him for 2 seconds.
It's like the phoenix.
Yeah,
Rebirth.
and then, like, obviously mom gets baby first. When we, you know, she gets in, we're good. And then you do skin to skin. Mom gets it first, right? And they need that. Bro, that's skin to skin. And they're cut, like, and the babies are nasty, bro. They're covered.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're slimy.
My boy, when I put my son on my chest, the greatest moment of my entire life. Nothing will ever match that ever again.
Oh.
I mean, I'm gonna get married, and I don't know the experience yet. I'm sure it's definitely gonna be up there. Like, there will be nothing like that. It will always be number one. Always be number one. I love him so much, and I want to fight all his battles, and I can't fight all his battles. And the love for his mom, that no matter what happens, how much we hate each other that day, right? Like, there's this now unspoken bond between us that, like, cool, we can hate each other today, we got to parent together every day. So tomorrow, go the fuck to sleep. I don't want to hear you, right, anymore. And tomorrow we're gonna figure it out, right? Because we have to. Because now we have the ultimate responsibility. We are responsible for raising a human.
The ultimate shared responsibility.
Yeah, we are responsible for shaping him, right? Like, and how he reacts with the world, what he does in the world. Now, granted, there are wild variables that he's gonna have to, you know, contend with on his own, and you know, there's stuff that we can only give advice to, and it's his choice to take it. But for now, you know, we are it, and that's probably the most challenging task I'll ever face.
There's future variables that contain a lot of uncertainty
Oh,
in this
always,
world.
always,
And
dude.
that's always been the case.
Yeah.
We're no different. We are in no different a state of uncertainty than we were 50 years ago.
Agreed. Yeah,
100
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah,
200 years ago.
We're as safe as we are now as we were back then, except
Right.
a fucking mountain lion's not going to chase us. Instead, it might be some creep on the internet, or
Oof.
you just don't know, dude. But dude, I love my son. I love his mother. It's a wild feeling, but there's a difference between being a parent, being a father.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you know, you got to make that choice once you become a dad, right? If it ain't for you, be upfront about it and just be that check, right? You still got to provide at some point, but if you're going to be a father, step in. It's going to force you to heal in many, many ways that you're not ready to in the moment, but you are forced to heal.
What I would say in that situation, for any man, do not sleep with somebody that you can't also see being the mother of your children.
Yeah, dude, just wear a condom, man. Like,
Or, yeah, I guess. Well,
Like-
for me specifically,
yeah.
something that has helped me to navigate sexual partners or asexual partner is, could I see this person being the mother of my children?
Yeah.
And if the answer is yes, then
Bro, because you're doing adult things, right? Like, everybody thinks, I'm sure it's pleasurable and la 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 la, right? Cool. I love it, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm clearly halfway decent at it. I had a child, but yeah, but like, also, you need to realize there are, you know, repercussions to your actions.
for sure.
Right? Like, if you're gonna have unprotected sex, you're gonna play the odds. And if you
Right.
are gonna be a deadbeat, dude, fucking don't do it.
Well, and no matter how good you think you are, right? I mean, sperm travels fast.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, fucking, just, dude, where I'm about to strike a chord with many people. If you have more than one baby mama, you are not him, dude. You are not living in your masculine, right? Like, that go forth and reproduce.
Spread your seed.
Bro, that go forth and spread your seed type shit. And then, but if you spread that seed, you better be a fucking father about it.
Right.
Like, it is your obligation, especially with, you know, all of our, you know, boys and girls out there, right? Like, there's a reason why it's called daddy issues.
Well,
Right?
it's hard growing up. It's hard growing up without parental figures.
Yeah,
And
fuck yeah,
I mean,
dude.
I'll say that from personal experience. It is one of the most heartbreaking things growing up and knowing that you don't have your parent by your side to fucking like share that they're proud of you, or like to I'm serious.
Yeah,
dude. Like, it's
dude.
fucking hard when you need that support, like a
Yeah.
parental support. It's hard going through life without parents, man.
No,
And
I don't doubt it, dude. I didn't live it, but I can only imagine. Bro.
yeah,
Like,
dude. So like, if you're gonna fucking bring kids on this planet,
Yeah,
be there for them, or just don't do it.
yeah, I agree.
Or if you're having like, you know, if you got a vasectomy or if you use protection, like, go be promiscuous all you want, but just know that there's gonna be ramifications for it.
See, dude, and like, I'm not gonna bash like being promiscuous, but sex is an exchange between two people, not only physically but spiritually and
Yeah,
mentally,
dude.
right? Like, and
I'm
that's
protective of that shit.
dude, and that's one of the lessons that I wish I had learned early on, right? Because like I said, I made mistakes. I made mistakes even before, like, I got into my addiction with that. And then eventually, right, you give too many pieces away, too many pieces of the puzzle. Now you got no fucking puzzle. Right, and I think it's very sacred, and again, right, like, as long as it's consenting and there's, you know, you guys have agreed to terms, like, cool, I love it, but, you know, I need more people to see it as, hey, I'm not just scratching an itch, I'm giving myself to said person,
Right.
physically, right, because, you know, all the oxytocin and dopamine that's released during sex, right, boom, there's my mental state going and my emotions all tied into one.
Right. And so do I want to be do I want to be sharing that experience with as many people as I possibly can, because I have this like, I don't know. I actually can't even speak on it because I'm not very much of a super promiscuous person. So,
And like I know that it's more of like an American thing to be that way, right? And you know, different countries in Europe, blah blah blah, right? Like they do their thing, and I'm not knocking it. I just need people to understand this. It's an exchange. It's an exchange of service, essentially, right? Like if you're getting something, you're also giving, right? You never just get anything, right? Like the same way you buy shit from the grocery store. I'm buying bananas, or I'm getting bananas, but I also had to buy them, so I had to give my money for me to get. Same way with sexual intercourse.
Exchange of service.
Yeah, it's an exchange of services essentially, but with your mental health and your emotional state.
You mean when it's not rooted in like a it's an exchange of services when it's not rooted in like a love for that person. Is that what you mean?
I don't necessarily know if love needs to be in it. I think so, to a degree. Dude, I can debate it, right? But I think there needs to be rooted in safety, right? Like, do I feel safe being this mentally, physically, and emotionally vulnerable with this person?
Yeah.
And
yeah, I can see that.
do I feel that way now because I'm under the influence?
or because I'm horny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and all my guys, right? Like, fucking fap it out and then make the decision. Right, dude?
Jesus.
Plenty of bad decisions were made because of, you were horny.
Right.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's definitely wrap it here.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys for returning and listening. Like I said, by the time this airs, you can follow us on Instagram. Look on my Instagram for our handle. I haven't checked to see if at the Man to Man with Logan and Ben is open.
Oh my gosh.
But it's pretty specific, so I think it is. I know I checked most platforms for that name after we came up with the original one. Go ahead.
Whoever the other Logan and Ben is, if you guys are
I'll
doing
find
the
you,
same
bro.
thing, man to man, like
They better not be
just
in Salt Lake
collaborate or
City.
something.
That would be weird.
That'd be crazy.
That would be weird. They kind of look like us too.
They're in Germany.
But yeah, so I'm gonna create us an Instagram page. For now, our YouTube's gonna go dark. We love you guys. This will be the last video until we can upgrade audio and video equipment to go into video format. I mean, I already have the equipment picked out, right? But I think once we get to the monetization phase of our podcast, then we'll start upgrading more equipment because we have a pretty sweet spot here.
Right.
Besides the eggshell. It's like we don't need it.
You can tell that he's been thinking about painting his room.
Dude, I want to, but we got enough spot. We got enough here. It's
Dude,
nice.
black would be so sick.
I know it's already hot as balls in here. This leather chair, for those of you watching, this leather chair traps all of my body heat, and I'm a hot dude, and I'm not talking about appearance.
He's a sweaty guy.
I'm a high temperature gentleman. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Logan_AdamsFit. You can find Ben on Facebook at Benjamin Benedict. Yeah, so I want to leave our viewers and our listeners and you and myself with a question. Now, you and I are going to answer. All those that are listening, go ahead and answer underneath the episode in the comments. Blow those comments up, dude. Like, we've gotten some pretty good comments. I love it. I just want all comments, right? If you hate this podcast, let us know. If you like it, let us know. If you think we could do something better, right? All of your input matters. This isn't, Ben and I aren't just here chatting with each other for fun. We can do that off of mics, and we do. So leave your comments, right? But the question, since it is Halloween, and when this episode drops, it's the week of Halloween. We didn't have to do a Halloween episode, sorry guys. But my question for our listeners and our viewers: what's one horror movie / scary movie, right? However you want to define it, that you would survive, and why?
Do you want me to answer?
Yeah, you can go, dude.
Okay. Saw.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I could escape Saw because I have that will to live, dude.
Yeah,
I have that will to live.
Dude, what a gnarly concept people think of artistically wise. Like, I love horror movies, and I think anyone that creates a script and anything like that, like, I used to do my own creepypastas on Reddit for a grip.
Oh my gosh.
So I love horror movies, but what a dark concept.
Oh my gosh.
But like that is that
or
more,
Hostel.
oh, dude, I can't. I watched Hostel like one time when it came out and it was enough. But like that guttural drive for people to either how bad you want to live, right? Like if shit hits the fan, how bad do you want to live?
Mm-hmm.
Dope. So you would like saw the foot off and do all that shit.
I don't know, dude.
I
I
don't
don't know, but I feel like I would.
Man, I don't know. I know my will to live's pretty fucking high.
Yeah.
I've been in some dumb situations where I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here and live. Never cut my foot off. I hope I don't ever get there. So mine, I don't know if you've seen it or if any of our listeners or viewers have seen it, but it's called The Ritual. It's on Netflix. Now, it has to do with like old Norse.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
is it where the hikers go?
Yeah.
Yes, I just saw that like 2 weeks ago with my buddies.
Yeah, so background of the story, it's these high school buddies that get together each year for like a yearly trip, which I love.
They go backpacking.
So they go backpacking in Norway. They go backpacking wherever Norse paganism is practiced.
Still prevalent.
practiced. So anyway, they veer off. Like their buddy died, so that was the trip to like commemorate him. They veer
Didn't he
off.
get hit with a big ass boulder?
No. He got murdered in a gas station or a liquor store, and the one guy didn't save him. Anyway, watch the movie. But dude, there's a reason why trails are labeled on hikes, right? There's a reason why the signs will say follow the trail, and like all my backpackers love you guys. Be careful, but like I'm gonna stay on the trail, right?
Yeah.
Because nature is not forgiving, right? And you don't know who's living in those woods.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's how I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna stay on the trail. I'm gonna tell my boys, hey, we gotta check back in at the ranger station in like in 2 days, and we're gonna be there. Right, that's how I'm gonna survive that one.
I mean, and we live in Utah, like where that whole Amber, what was her name? Smart? Oh, Elizabeth Smart. That
yeah.
whole thing happened.
Was that here?
Yeah, dude. It was here. Dude lived in the mountains, like I think
I didn't know that.
a couple miles out of the city. Crazy. Anyway, why would you survive?
Bro, because I'm staying on the trail.
Because you stayed on the trail.
trail.
Stayed on the path, linear. Boom.
Dude, I'm literally staying on that trail, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've gone off trail here in Utah since I've lived here, and the one of the times Eliza and I were hiking, I forget which canyon we were hiking in with the dogs, and the dogs stopped. And if the dogs stop, I'm stopping. And I look up, and just so happen to see these just big ass ears and this giant head, and it was a mountain lion.
No.
About like
Dude.
maybe under 50 yards. Right, so we backed out, got out of there, and then I came across with one of my friends. We were hiking up to Dog Lake on the backside, and we were coming down, and a mama moose and a baby moose
Oh, yeah.
were cutting us off on the trail. I mean, that's me staying on the trail. The second time. First one, I knew I had no business being there. But I'm gonna stay on the trail, right? Like, it's gonna be that simple. I'm also not the type that's gonna fucking check out the noise in the dark room.
Yeah, no.
Right, like, I'll first, if anything happens in my house first, I check the security cameras, and then I go from there.
I feel like I'm very much a hop out of bed and like bust through the door, making as much noise as I possibly can type of person.
For sure. I mean, there's, an
I'm
element
definitely
of surprise
that.
that helps, but no, I'm gonna go very tactfully and see what I'm dealing with,
I
right?
don't think I'm that
I don't know, fucking, if I see 4 dudes breaking into my back door, right, like, I'm already outnumbered to a degree. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
Solid.
Yeah.
Good episode.
So yeah, comment under which horror movie you think you would survive. You don't have to leave the why, but if you do, we'd love that too. We will see you guys.